Good evening, folks. Welcome to Quest Group News Radio. I'm your host, Mr. D. Quest. And as you come in, folks, please make sure you hit that like button, share button, and subscribe button. That way we could get these notifications out about this case topic that we're covering. Plus, it allows us to continue doing more videos on a daily basis. So please, folks, we appreciate that. All right, now, as y'all know, folks, definitely here we like to cover a lot of different news topics. We like to discuss a lot of different cases. You know how we vibe on cases, folks. If you don't know, make sure you check out the videos, some videos we already uploaded. But today we decided to cover this case. Now, Miss Sadie Roberts Joseph, right? Now, for those of you who don't know who haven't seen this case, Miss Sadie Roberts Joseph, all right, she was 75 years old. Okay, she was a black activist in Louisiana, and she was killed. Okay, they found her in her car trunk, actually, and she was suffocated. Okay, now just recently a suspect was arrested in this case. Now, as we said, the lady was 75 years old, folks, and she was doing her best. Okay, but some idiot had to snuff her out of her life. So let's just cover the case real quick. Okay, we're just going to cover the basics of the case real quick. Then we're going to discuss it a little bit. And then we're going to answer one or two questions before we sign off for the day. So at least y'all, those that know about the case, y'all can follow with me. And those who don't know, you can understand a little bit more what this case is about. All right, here we go. Miss Sadie Roberts Joseph, the founder of Baton Rouge's African American History Museum and a longtime voice for peace in her community, was suffocated last week before her body was found in the trunk of a car. Police have disclosed few details about the case so far, but East Baton Rouge coroner released preliminary reports on Monday afternoon, and he specifically said that Sadie Roberts, 75, died from traumatic asphyxia, including suffocation. And then he definitely concluded that her death should be and was ruled a homicide. Okay, now her body was found Friday afternoon in the 2300 block of North 20th Street, about 3 miles from the Scotlandville home. Okay, so she lived in Scotlandville, okay, but her body was found 3 miles away, so that's not too far, a little drive, but 3 miles away. Okay, so her body was found in the trunk. Then Baton Rouge police confirmed Monday that she was found dead, and signs of a struggle looked like it was possibly had taken place. Now let's fast forward real quick, people. After doing their due diligence and doing an investigation, an arrest has been made in the killing of Sadie Roberts Joseph. Okay, Baton Rouge Police Chief Murphy Paul says detectives have arrested Ron Jermaine Bell in connection with the homicide. He now faces a first-degree murder charge. Investigators originally learned that Bell was a tenant in one of Sadie Roberts Joseph rental homes. They believe he was behind several months on his rent and that he owed her about $1,200. So according to the arrest report, Bell admitted to being behind on rent payments and said he and Sadie Roberts agreed he could stay at the home that he was renting as long as he paid some of the money to her. Just give her a little bit, you know. You ain't got to give me all, just give her some. He also reportedly admitted to being in the same area where the victim's car was found at the same time the vehicle was abandoned. Okay, which was confirmed with video surveillance. All right, so there's other evidence as well. According to reports, there's other evidence as well linking them to the crime, which will be released soon. Okay, now, that's pretty much the case, people. Jermaine Bell, he's pretty much locked up right now. He's facing murder charges, okay? Now, like we said, Miss Sadie, she was about the community, okay? She was for the community, folks. She was 75 years old. She was trying to make sure the community was the best community that they can be. So she was out there for the people, all right? Now, even if she lived in poverty, she always had a smile on her face. She was always helping others. She was always cooking for others, okay? And she was just a good, straight up good lady. Now, other reports said that she was last seen by her sister because I guess Miss Sadie's oven was down, and I guess she wanted to go to her sister's house to make some cornbread or something like that, to bake something, okay? So I guess Miss Sadie was talking with her sister or something which at least her sister or whoever she was with, I think it was her sister, got to see her on that last day. You know what I mean? But she was there. Then Mercedes said, listen, I got to take off real quick to make a run. And that was the last time her sister had seen Mercedes. Okay, so after that, Mercedes took off, never came back. So it's under the assumption that she met Jermaine somewhere down the line. Now, this lady's a homeowner, right? She was renting a home out to him. Now, I'm not saying it was the plushest home in the hood, but she was renting him something. You know what I mean? Now, this dude already has a criminal history. He's been arrested before for sexual crimes against a child or something like that. So, you know, it was already hard for him to get a place. And this lady, Mercedes, decided to look out for him. Come on, man. And he did this to her. That's kind of whack, people. You know, that's kind of whack. The only person that's going to look out for you, not even your own family, this lady, and then you do that. So, anyway, I guess he was behind on rent, right? So I guess maybe she went to collect. Maybe she gave him the warning. Listen, I'm going to have to kick you out soon. Maybe an argument broke out. But come on, folks. How much extra time he thought he was going to stay at the house by killing her? This is just crazy to me. You ain't getting people going to look at you. We all know you a tenant. The tenant always gets looked at first. The husband, the boyfriend, or the tenant. You thought you was just going to kill her, and then now you just got a free house for the next. You didn't think her sister or family members was going to come and check her properties out and to see what's what? Okay, and he brutally killed her, folks. Now, another thing, if you ever been evicted before, it takes months, folks. All you got to do, once they go to evict you, all you got to do is file your paperwork to say, I'm going to fight this in court. Then it takes a month or two to get to court. Then the judge has to hear your case. All right, so you bring up some factors to why you need more time, or why you shouldn't owe the rent at all, or whatever. Maybe you could say I was helping her out, or whatever. And then the judge, if the case is hard enough, the judge will either make their decision right then and there, or they make the decision later. So it takes months to kick a person out. You know, a lot of states, man, once a person's been living there for so long, it takes at least sometimes 3, 4, 5 months. So dude had extra time, man. He didn't have to kill that lady like that. So definitely, rest in peace to Mercedes. You know, condolences to her friends and family and to the community. They're definitely missing out on a good person, because they don't make them like that no more, folks. They don't make good people like that. That's just good-hearted. That's not out for nothing. They don't want nothing from you but a smile. They don't want nothing in return. Mercedes wasn't out there scheming, scamming folks, looking to lean on you to see what she could get out of you. No, she wanted to know, what can you get out of her? How can I help you? You know what I mean? That was her thing. How can I help? How can I be of service? You know, churchgoer, community leader, and things like that. And yeah, she didn't deserve what she got. Yeah, so now she was 75 and he was 38, folks. So that's a big difference, you know. She almost had him by like close to 40 years. You know what I mean? She almost had him close to 40, almost close to 40 years. I think 37 years. She was his older by 37 years. You know what I mean? So that's like his grandma's great grandma's. You know what I mean? So I don't know what brought this dude to do that. You know, and shout out to the suspect for leaving the evidence. Y'all know how I do. Shout out to the suspect. I know newcomers like, you tripping, fam. Like, nah, shout out to the suspect for getting caught, man. I like it when a suspect leaves evidence that get him caught. You know, because it makes the case a little bit easier for the cops. You know, so let's do some quick questions off of Facebook. Some people send me questions and comments on my Facebook Messenger. So let's run through one or two real quick and sign out. All right, Hot Quest, did he kill her because he couldn't afford rent? I don't know why he killed her, to tell you the truth. That's probably the reason. He probably thought he was going to kill her and be able to stay at the place without nobody knowing. Leave them drugs alone, people, I'm telling you, because those drugs have you thinking that you could get away with something, and next thing you know, in his mind, he probably thought that was going to be his crack mansion for the rest of his life, as long as he could just kill her. Which everybody know that ain't the case, man, because an investigation is immediately going to lead the cops straight to the tenants anyway. Whether you was a good tenant or not, the cops are going to knock on that door regardless. You know, okay, next question. Did he lure her there to where she was killed? To tell you the truth, I don't know if he lured her there I don't know if they already had plans to meeting up. But he probably did. Maybe he said, I need something fixed in the house, or I got some of the rent money, or whatever. Because she had plans on baking at her sister's house. So maybe dude was like, hey, come get the money now. I got the money. And she was like, hold on, I'll be right back. Let me see if, let me take care of this and pick this up, before baking or whatever. So he definitely probably lured her there. So hopefully he gets charged with first degree murder in the long run. So anyway, I'm gonna just call it that right there, folks. I just had to show this case some love. Rest in peace to Miss Sadie Roberts Joseph. Okay, she was a good lady. Hopefully, there's not too many people built from a cloth like she was built from. She was positive. She was out there doing things, man. She was about her community and stuff like that. So shout out to her. Condolences to her friends and families. And that's it, folks. I want y'all folks to stay safe out there. And if you're fixing eviction, folks, the answer is not murdering the landlord, man. The answer is getting a job or just fighting an eviction court and start making other plans, because soon you're going to have to move out regardless, man. So just start making other plans, and just take the legal route. Anything would have been better than this. So, all right, folks, we're about to sign up out of here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we got plenty of videos already uploaded, and we got more cases like this and other types of cases that we've discussed that's coming out regularly on a daily basis. So I want y'all folks to stay safe out there and be careful, folks. All right. Much love, peoples.